I'm Peachy Reads, and I've been gone for a little bit. I have been in a little bit of a reading slump. I think at one point in the month of November, I was reading 5 different books because nothing felt right and I wasn't really enjoying anything. I was traveling, the holidays have been here, it's been a little crazy. So I am ready to get back into it. I have still read some good books during this time, and I do want to talk about them a little bit. And one of those books is one that was recommended by one of you guys in one of my previous videos. And I cannot thank you enough for this recommendation. I loved it so much, I bought the physical copies. And drum roll, that is All the Skills by Honor Ray. Wow, what a recommendation. I haven't finished all of them yet. I think there's 8 out right now. I could be very wrong about that. I think there's 8 out right now. I have only read 1 through 3. I'm in the middle of 4 right now. So that's why I only have 1 through 3, because those are the only 3 that I've read. For those who don't know, which I would assume is probably quite a few, this is a deck building lit RPG. And if you've watched my previous video, you'll know that I really like deck building things. I don't even really like playing deck building card games that much, unless it's digital. I really liked Greed Island and Hunter x Hunter. I really liked the deck building arc in Dungeon Crawler Carl, and someone recommended this to me and it really hit the nail on the head. This is so fun and the progression is so great, especially in books 1 to 2, because it's just a kid named Arthur. He lives in a village and he gets a very, very powerful card. There's dragons in this series. There's friends being made along the way. There's a goofy little funny character, animal character that shows up later on in the series. I just really enjoyed this. I loved the slow progression and the building of the deck, especially in books 1 and 2. I will say book 3, I felt kind of teetered out a little bit. It felt a little stagnant. I was like, I don't know if Arthur can get any more powerful than he is in this book. And it kind of showed. But so far, book 4 is proving otherwise. Arthur is kind of exploring more of the world, figuring out what else is out there. So I'm definitely seeing more of the potential in book 4. I went a little hard when I discovered this series, and I think I read the first 3 in like 2 weeks. And then I've started book 4, and that's kind of when I hit my reading slump. So I think I'm like 20% of the way into book 4. I do want to go back to it. I think I just burnt myself out a little bit, but this is a very fun series. The next book that I want to talk about is the Gods of Blood and Powder book 2. This is book 1, a little confusing, but this is by Brian McClellan. And I read book 2 last month. I just finished it a few days ago. But if you don't know this series starts with the Powder Mage trilogy. And I really liked the Powder Mage trilogy. I thought it was really unique. And the magic system was really cool. I just didn't love the way he talked about and treated his female characters. They were very powerful and very cool, but almost always sexualized in some way. And if that hadn't been the case, I would have given that series 5 out of 5, but I just couldn't really look past that. But I heard that he got better. So when I picked up the first one last year and read it, or maybe like 7 months ago and read it, I loved it. It was so fun. All of my issues with his previous series were basically resolved. And if you don't know, the Powder Mage is basically a mage that uses gunpowder as their sorcery. And so they're like weaponsmiths. They can make gunpowder blow up, which causes a lot of problems. It's very politically driven. There's a lot of action. There's an overarching story that goes throughout the entire series. It's really, really cool. And this series happens 10 years after the events of the Powder Mage trilogy. So you have some of the same characters that carry over and a lot of the same political intrigue that carries over as well. So I was in the middle of my reading slump when I started reading the second one, so took me a while to get through. Really had to push myself through, but the minute I finished it, I had to pick up the third one, and I am currently on the third one right now, and I am really enjoying it, actually. I want to get my hands on the second and third physical of this size. I feel like the only ones they have are the mass market paperbacks, so we'll see if that happens. But that is Gods of Blood and Power by Brian McClellan, more specifically the Crimson Campaign in the Autumn Republic. That's a lie. That's the Powder Mage trilogy. More specifically, Wrath of Empire, and I'm pretty sure the third one is Blood of Empire. Fun little series. And then the last book that I want to talk about is The Vanished Birds by Simon Jimenez. This was sent to me by Broken Binding, and when I say sent to me, I mean I paid for it, and I subscribe to the Broken Binding science fiction subscription. So definitely not sent to me. But I attribute this book to getting me out of my reading slump. Wow, I really love this book. I believe I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is his debut book, and it is a science fiction space opera. And anytime you tell me a book is a space opera, it's over. It's over. I'm reading it. I'm consuming it. I love a space opera. This takes the place of many different perspectives and many different places, and it takes place in many different times as well. Time passes very fast in this book, but it asks a lot of questions, like what is time? What does time mean to the people that you love? What are the ramifications of your actions? How far will humanity go to further their research, to further the fate of humanity? My only issue with this book is the last probably 100 pages or so were quite slow and hard to get through. And it's not a very long book. It's about 400 pages. It's a pretty big chunk of the book that was a little bit more of a push to get through than I would have liked. But this was a really good read, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, there are a few books that I am looking forward to reading. The next is one that I am quite literally staring at. It's staring at me, which is Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. This will finish off the realm of the Elderlings for me. I brought this on our trip and had every intention of reading it, but I opened it to the first page, the dedication page, and it says, "To Fitz and the Fool, my best friends for over 20 years. And I said, no, I can't do this right now. I can't read it. I can't do it. So this is probably one that I'll vlog myself reading, because this series truly means so much to me, and I am really sad to say goodbye. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. So this is one that I'm really looking forward to reading. I'm also wanting to finish All the Skills book 4. And then there are a lot of series that I want to start reading. And that's kind of the trouble with science fiction and fantasy, is that everything is a series. It's more of a commitment to read a book when you know it's a part of a series, because I'm always so scared that I'm going to forget what happens. Oh, another book I'm excited to read. I've been so out of the loop on Bookstagram and BookTube and everything like that. I had no idea that the last book of Empire of the Vampire came out. Is that what the series is even called? Yeah, I've been so out of the loop that I didn't even know that Empire of the Dawn came out. So when I went to Barnes & Noble, I scooped that sucker up, and I am really, really looking forward to reading this. This is actually probably going to be my next read. Now that I think about it, I really love this series. So, and it's a chonky boy. He's thick. So that will probably be the next. I do love me some Jay Kristoff, although I know he's a little controversial. Actually went to his book signing for Empire of the Damned last year. Anyway, I'm rambling now. That's what I'm looking forward to reading. I thank you guys for watching. If you have any recommendations for me, I really want a good science fiction. I have Exodus on my shelf here that I've been staring at, but I know it's one of a series, and I don't think the rest of the series is out yet. And then I know Christopher Riocchio came out with his latest book of the Sun Eater series, but I haven't read the most recent of that one yet. Maybe I need to read that one too. Anyway, okay, that's it. Bye.